I'm Heather, and I had a miscarriage October 14th, 2019. My husband and I found out we were pregnant on October 1st, and we were so excited to be parents. I had dreamt all my life to be a mom, and I had heard about miscarriages happening, but I did not ever think it would happen to me. And I know nobody ever does. When I got pregnant, we were so excited, and it was almost like, is this real? Like, I couldn't believe that, like, wow, I'm gonna be a mom. And my husband was leaving the country for a mission trip, and we had just found out, and so I had a week to myself to just really dream about this baby that we were gonna have, dream about what the baby was gonna look like, all of the things. And on October 14th, our 3rd anniversary, I started bleeding. And I knew something was wrong. I did not, like, I thought maybe, okay, maybe it's just spotting, maybe it's like, maybe there's nothing wrong, but I just had that feeling that something was wrong. And so the bleeding kept getting worse, and I wasn't in a ton of pain. I just had, cramping and stuff. And I'm very thankful for that. I wasn't in a ton of pain. So over the next couple of days, I bled here and there. And I wanted to, go to the doctor to see, just to make sure. So I went to the doctor, and they did an ultrasound, and I had already passed the baby. In all of the things that I dreamt, I really thought that she was a girl. And so we named her Autumn Joy. Whenever I would pray for her, I would just pray that she would bring joy to people's lives. And so we named her Autumn Joy. And it was a hard journey. It was really tough, and it still is some days. We took a couple months after we had lost her, and just waited and just kind of grieved and went through a healing process. It was really hard. I would cry a lot. I just didn't understand. I wasn't mad at God, but I just didn't understand. Like, why did it happen? I don't know. So after a couple of months, we started trying again, and in the beginning of March, we conceived our baby boy, who is now 9 months old. His name is Judah, and he is just the light of our lives and such a joy. And I think about it sometimes. I'm like, well, if we would have had Autumn, we wouldn't have Judah, but we wouldn't really know any better either. And it is definitely comforting knowing that she's in heaven, and that she has a purpose there, and that we'll get to meet her someday. But I do have moments where it's still really hard, especially around the time that we lost her. The healing process felt so much longer at the beginning, of course. I I still don't know why. When I got pregnant with Judah, I was so scared because I just didn't know. I prayed and prayed that he would be okay and that he would be healthy and strong and live, and that we wouldn't lose him. And God is so faithful and so good. I actually started reading this book called Supernatural Childbirth, and that really gave me a lot of hope. And I knew in my mind and had faith that God was going to provide us a baby. The book just touches on different women who had miscarriages and struggled to get pregnant and struggled to have a baby full term and live, and God provided for them. And so I knew after reading that God was going to give us a baby. And it's definitely, having Judah helps a lot, but I do have my moments where I just miss her. Like, I wonder what she would look like. I wonder how she would act, what her personality would be. So I just encourage the mom that's been through it, that I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And I trust and pray that God would provide you a baby. God is good, and he has great plans for you. So just trust in that. I know so many people who have had miscarriages who have children. And I know we don't know why it happens, but God is so good. And he's taking care of every baby that has ever been miscarried. So just some encouragement with that God is good and he is faithful.